I was seeing it like how this birth and death, birth and death. Even in the birth, so much pain. At the death, so much pain. In between, so much suffering. Right? But still, the person is so attached to it. It's just coming to me for many, many times. I even explained, like how even one really earns so much detachment or so much connected to the higher state. But this attachment is so kind of addiction to the person. Then person is so easily, even the person even who's home or enlightened or somewhere, it's so easy for the person to go back in that, and the person is believing in it, it's just fine now. Because this is I was seeing it through many states where there is, it seems like it's just fine to attach to your, or you play with your person again, or it's so convincing states. It's like in that complete surrender, like there is no desire of yours, no desire left, because you opened, you tasted every state. Because if person didn't really tasted that higher states, and then persons, there is some kind of hook is left. It's like because there is a lack of something. Because when there is a lack of something, your beingness knows. Even you want to surrender, it's like it's not full surrender, right? Because your inner knows something is unfinished. So this is why I always says there is not enough time for the person to open to every level of this awareness. Because the traps are so many, you see even at the personal level and also in the impersonal levels. Because sometimes the people, they can see that when they're sitting in meditation, and they're always trying to be in somewhere right away, right? So it's just like, so there is a gap. There is a little gap. The moment you're sitting, then you're just trying to calm yourself even, right? Trying to be in a better place. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's like I'm saying it's just telling you something. Telling you a little gap in you. Because it's easy in the beginning when person is suffering, thirsty, and and really willing to open, lose, whatever. But then slowly, slowly, it becomes harder to see, harder to lose. Because this opening and earning is also crucial for the person. Even any experience you're experiencing is not bad. I think your soul needs to experience every state. Because this is how you are being shifted, uplifted. And because of these states, and then for that person is much harder to lose all that and go back to that original. Because this is too simple again, and then too nothing again, and too absolutely other than all the states, all the person. I mentioned even before, like some people, they get frustrated. Like a first is saying, okay, it's not about this person, now saying it's not about these higher states, not about this goodness of the even heart, or But it's all feelable. This is where the person don't understand. Because you earn what is beyond you, beyond your body, beyond your mind, even beyond your perceptions. Right? So that is absolutely nothing. But that absolutely nothing also, you earn that throughout when you're opening completely inside outside. Because as I said the other day, it cannot be described. Because even if there is something little finer, it still can be described. Because mind is sharp. It can describe. But even if nothing is there, it cannot be described. That's why the person has to have this true thirst. True thirst. True mean is like person willing to return back. It's like when we sing Meet the Beloved. Because all of a sudden, we feel like we're meeting someone, right? It is the beloved. But when we sing the word beloved, the mind is picking up, or even the heart levels relating with it, beloved. It's just your experience, yes, but then experience is still because of you are in the physical form. So there are many times through the openings, through all the experiences, It's like you choose to just completely surrender to the self. Completely. Other than you, other than all the states you tasting. Because even maybe it's so much less now, but how many times it's like a person was so much thinking about, I want enlightenment, I want to go home, or I want some kind of better state inside of me. It's like and as I was also wanted to explain you, even when you are trying harder way, trying harder way is like a lack of your love for the higher. Like so many people, they're trying harder, they're maintaining the state, some kind of stable state inside. But just remember, that is not the absence of your self-will, because you invested your self-will in it. Okay? So you can't earn this with any kind of your force, your power, your self-will. You can't. Because many, I even remember even before, I met many people, and this force is so normal to the people, forcing themselves to attain some kind of state. They don't sleep night after night after, But when you have that love, as I was saying, in this love, there is no, you're not using the force, you just even you lack of little discipline, right? Even when there's a lack of discipline, you discipline yourself a little bit, but not forceful way, because of this love. This love is pushing you. Because so many people, they're so happy. Okay, there is a little bit peaceful state in me. I earned it. It's fine. But the person very unaware of that, how much the person has invested the self-will in it. So that's why it's very fine line where the person is really longing, yearning to return back. Because sometimes I tell, like, even small children I see, it's like they seemingly, they're not fitting in this world already. And not fitting is like their soul is so mature. It's like don't want to. It's like the experience, the worldly experience is done already from that soul. And doesn't feel like I'm fitting in this world. I see in some children. It's like in them I always is this person is thirsty. But sometimes that child himself doesn't know. But suffering is more intense in the child. So in some souls they are so ripened, and then through any kind of slap from the stronger slap from the world, it's like all of a sudden like waking up happen. That moment the person knows everything else is not fulfilling. It's like that is thirst. That moment is thirst. This moment comes in your times. But basically the person much more aware when there is a pain. Because pain is like, it's not letting you sleep. Right? All of a sudden your many channels in yourself are opened, through the pain. Because you see even in these days how much everyone has. There's no reason for the suffering. Enough comfort, money, or enough everything is there. But the suffering is more. In old days, the suffering was less. Because the sleeping was more. Yeah. The satisfaction was there. But now mind has opened so much. And from years I always says, now there is so many souls are opening. So many. So it's just like now, it's like a willingness to just open. Right? Something comes. Because many times you'll forget that your door is a little closed. So something comes, open the door. So nothing is left, none of the area in you closed, I just remember, and there was a Punjabi word was like, in English is like nor their desire, neither their desirelessness. It's like that kind of state. Inside, that is your personal state. It's useful because sometimes the words really helps you. It's like in a personal level. It's like how a person is like running after something, running after something. And then in a impersonal level, it's like every experience is like how many people you hear sitting at the chair and saying, I hope I don't lose this. I hope I don't lose this. Because from that love, you're gonna lose everything. Because through all the openings, through all the states you tasting, experiencing, it's like always makes you rich. Because the poor means is like you're looking back. Right? Something you want, you're poor. Rich is fulfilled. You're not looking back. And I do see many of you keep moving forward in this. And that's what making this room rich. It's like in the personal level, there's a state when there is a me and you doesn't exist, or I and you doesn't exist. And it's the same way, it's like a higher state. The selfless state is like when neither the selflessness exists, neither the God exists. It's like that way, lessness, that way, nothingness. Because even when you're selfless, still something still exists. Someone's watching, someone's there.